What's up, fight fans? It's your boy Toby with the African Fighters, and yes, we are back again with another preview video. Today we're going to be looking at Marc Diakese, the Congolese-born UFC fighter fighting out of England right now. Yes, he's lost his last two fights. He will be taking on debutant Kaue Fernandez. Yes, I hope I am pronouncing that right. Kaue Fernandez. Fernandez is a talented striker. Okay, yes, before we get down into business, let me give you the tale of the tape, and then we jump right into how we think this one is going to play out. Alright, we'll begin with the debutant. Yes, Kaue Fernandez is a lightweight fighter, standing 5'9" tall, has a professional record of 8-1, a very talented striker. Yes, he is Brazilian, and you know how they come. Marc Diakese, our homeboy, the Bone Crusher, has lost his last two fights. Yes, sadly, he did win his last two before that, and then lost the fight before those two. So yes, he's 2-3 in his last 5 fights. 30 years of age, standing 5'10" tall. They will have similar reach in the octagon. Marc Diakese is going to be fighting under pressure. You know you do not want to put a losing streak together in the UFC. However, he's not new to doing this, as he has been on the edge multiple times in the UFC. Yes, Marc Diakese holds a UFC record of 7-7. That's a lot of fights. He does want to stay in the UFC, and this is a fight tailor-made for that. Marc Diakese has evolved his game from being a dynamic striker into a well-rounded wrestler, having the ability to shoot for takedowns without telegraphing them, good setup, and then making it a very difficult fight for his opponent. Kaue Fernandez, on the other hand, is a talented striker. He has so much power in his hands and especially in his legs. Yes, his last few fights have come in the LFA. 2 wins, 2 knockouts, one with a leg kick to the head and the other by a kick to the stomach. Yes, very explosive, very exciting fighter. Now this fight looks like a fight that is tailor-made for Marc Diakese. This is why, because he has never been knocked out in the UFC. He has been submitted 3 times though, but this guy that he's going up against, he does not necessarily possess a submission threat. Taking away recency bias from Marc Diakese, he was really looking good in his fight against Joe Alvarez before the clash of heads, which led to the end of the fight where he got finished via a dash choke. He was really looking good in that fight, and I'm sure the UFC would not want to count that one against him. Anyways, now for Diakese to win this fight, there is something we want to highlight in his game that needs to change. Marc Diakese has the ability to take any lightweight to the ground. We saw him take the Merhazovic to the floor 8 times in that fight, and in his previous fight against Boshev, he took him to the floor 11 times. However, what did he do with those takedowns? He needs to be able to create damage on the ground. Yes, he needs to work on passing guard when he gets to the ground and being able to land some ground and pound. This is the part of his game that we really want to see evolve in his fight against Kaue Fernandez. Yes, we know he knows how to be aggressive, make it a very tiring and difficult fight for his opponents, but the next step to that evolution is being able to cause serious damage on the floor with his elbows, with his hands, and then become a submission threat of his own. Kaue Fernandez, on the other hand, to win this fight, will be looking to land some of those vicious kicks. If Marc Diakese does not negotiate the range of this fight properly, he could definitely get slept for the first time in the UFC. Kaue Fernandez is no joke. He comes into this fight with a lot of bad intentions in those feet. Yes. And for the African fighters, you know we will be riding with our homeboy Marc Diakese from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And for how I think this fight is going to finish, I think Diakese gets it done in 3 rounds. I think we see improvements in his game on the ground, in his ground and pound, but I don't think he finishes Kaue Fernandez. I think he dominates the fight for 3 rounds and he wins this one to get himself back in the win column and back on track. Alright guys, let's know what you think. Leave your comments in the comment section how you think this one is going to play out. I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching.
Come on, Africans!